Today I fucked up by buying a Clone-A-Willy for my girlfriend's b-day gift. Long post, too long did not read. At the bottom. Today I fucked up because my naive heart thought buying a Clone-A-Willy kit would somehow result in a thoughtful, personalized gift for my girlfriend's birthday. I'd like to start off by saying that I describe myself as somewhat of a realist. Would any reputable dildo maker trying to make a dime want to mass produce my dude? No chance. But proud of my average buddy, I am sure. I can link the chain of events that snowballed into this unfortunate moment back to that fateful day our friends, my girlfriend, and I were planning her upcoming birthday. We're a crude group of folks, so without fail the conversation about what we should buy her started with, big old dildos, and ended up with the classic suggestion of a certain popular DIY molding kit. We were all laughing and joking of course, but when the day came for me to sit down and order her actual gifts, I couldn't stop thinking about what her response was when it came up that day. Amidst the noise of the crowd and the laughter, my love looked up at me and said, "Do it." You won't do it. She wasn't being serious, but then again when I felt like I just needed one more gift I thought, you know what? By God I will do it. I did my research. With most anything you'll find online there will be mixed reviews and it seemed like the worst ratings were overridden by the best ones. All of which reassured me that if I just took my time and followed the exact steps everything will be just fine. I played it safe and ordered extra molding powder just in case. Her birthday came around, I showed her the molding kit, we laughed, it went back in the closet, and weeks passed. I had all but forgotten it even existed until yesterday morning when I received an email from the company asking how I liked it. It was a rainy Saturday with nothing to do, so I mean, what else could be better than shoving your junk into a tube full of some cool alginate stuff to memorialize yourself forever? I read and reread the instructions and ventured off alone with my supplies into the bathroom to make greatness happen. You don't really think about what all needs to happen in order to successfully pull off a task like this until you are in it. All of a sudden, there you are, stark naked holding yourself with one hand, a tube in the other, and surrounded by a bunch of material that needs to be mixed perfectly in sync and at the right temperature, etc. First try was a flop, so thank God I bought extra supplies. Everything about the whole process left me the opposite of excited, and it was very hard, unlike I was at that moment, to apparently stay in the mood for the 2 minutes it requires. I thought I did an okay job but knew I wanted a redo, but with company this time. I cleaned up in the shower and recruited some help for round 2. I read it's so much better having a sexy helper, who can focus on the lab experiment steps while you just focus on yourself. Makes sense. Yet again, it was very difficult to stay in the mood while looking the love of your life in the face as goop is dripping down your legs and all over the floor, but I gave it the old college try and closed my eyes and thought happy thoughts for a couple of minutes. The mold seemed okay, but it was really hard to tell. We poured the silicone mix into the tubes and walked away from it to cure overnight. I woke up this morning and shuffled off to the bathroom to see the fruits of my labor, only to find that I now have not just one, but 2 fully to scale and highly detailed replicas of my flaccid dude. She's still sleeping and hasn't seen them yet, and I don't know about y'all, but something tells me that no one would appreciate such a gift. I left them on the sink for a nice morning surprise, but I feel like TIFU. Too long did not read. I bought a Clone-A-Willy kit for my GF's b-day and accidentally made 2 unimpressive clones of my flaccid dude. Now you have bookends. Congrats. Have a laugh about it. Revel in the absurdity. Find an art project, glue on some googly eyes? And have another laugh. I mean, I kinda wanna see that, to be honest. I've never seen a flaccid dildo before, especially like something that will be realistic. Stick them together at the base of the shafts and make a double-ended disappointment. Sounds like you've got new Christmas ornaments. Plot twist. Appa's going to edit this post to explain that the flaccid dude clones are 8 inches, and this entire post turns into one big flex. Worst case, it's a hilarious story to share between the two of you. The idea of the Clone-A-Willy kit is great, but it can be hard to pull off. We did one together and the second attempt was pretty decent. The vibrator stopped working pretty quickly and it's pretty rigid hard as far as didlos go. It has served its purpose though and still gets used from time to time. If at first you don't succeed, try again, haha. Today I fucked up by replying to a Facebook comment about the vaccine. Someone asked if COVID was spreadable if you got the vaccine. I replied with, it's still spreadable. If you're vaccinated and you get COVID, it lowers your chances of being hospitalized and the symptoms are a lot less severe. That's why it's still suggested to wear a mask even if you're vaccinated. That's what prevents the spread. Almost instantly I got about 10 replies with people viciously attacking me saying stuff about how I'm going to die because I was jabbed. I never stated if I was jabbed or not, so how would they know if I am? I'm a sheep, stop spreading lies. You're retarded, stupid SHT like that. Someone even went into my profile and edited a picture of my mom with a PP in her mouth. I'm 19. Why do 40-year-old men and women think it's okay to harass basically a child? And what do these people all have in common? The American flag was their banner, or it was somewhere in their profile picture. I really hate my country and I wish I had the funds to move. I literally don't care if someone has the vaccine or not, wears a mask or not, I just mind my own business. I am 95% sure my statement is true and I don't know why people can't do the research. There's been about 5 replies more after writing this, one telling me to off myself. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I've never been so stressed over a FKIN Facebook comment. Too long did not read. Replied with accurate information about the COVID vaccine and I get harassed by a bunch of older Americans. Edit. I deleted the entire app, and boy does it feel good. Also edit. I was not friends with these people on the app. I was replying to a comment made under a post by my university informing everyone that the football game was cancelled due to an outbreak within the team. Edit again. I am a child. I can't buy alcohol, nicotine. I can't even exceed spending $200 a day. I rely on my parents for almost everything, especially food. My brain isn't fully developed. I have no real responsibility besides paying for car insurance, which is under $150. I'll feel more of an adult when I am 21. The other 19-year-olds on the thread don't think they're an adult either. Facebook is a sewer. Just say no. I've never fully trusted it, and now since seeing the documentary Social Dilemma I'm concerned it may actually precipitate mental illness and delusional thoughts in vulnerable people. Your first mistake was posting this on Facebook. I never post anything on Facebook about politics, COVID, or vaccines. The crazies come out of the woodwork. Facebook is not for deep discussions on anything controversial. I once had a guy harass me for using his girlfriend's name on Facebook. Why the fuck are you using my girlfriend's name on Facebook? It is my real name and his girlfriend is not the only person with that name. Unstable crazy people on Facebook. 19 is basically a child? FB is cancer. Why some people act that way is beyond me. Most of America doesn't act that way. There's a very loud minority that ruins it for the rest of us. Ps. Your information about vaccinated persons still being able to spread the virus is 100% factual. So at least you can feel vindicated in that knowledge if nothing else. It is interesting that they quickly result to insults, and I would propose that it is due to a defense mechanism designed for protecting the ego. Freud once theorized that the individual's psyche attributes unwanted characteristics and feelings upon others instead of turning against the self. Therefore, they are in fact, the ones with a PP in their mouth. I'm sorry people are harassing you. Just sit back, smile and be thankful you're not a dumbass. Your only "today I fucked up" is that you're still using FB. And don't bother moving, those idiots are everywhere unfortunately. People who claim, "the Lord is my shepherd," while calling people sheep, deserve to be ignored and shunned. Pay them no mind and GTF off FB. I had a bunch of large river stones around the garden of a house I bought. I decided to get rid of them, so I put them in a pile and offered them up for $5 a trailer load free if you take the lot. In my country it is illegal to take rocks from the river and illegal to put the ones I have back. Yes, it's stupid, but that's the way it is. I got about 10 messages telling me I'm a piece of shit. One person said they were going to come over to my home and smash my brains in with one of the rocks. They were all bogan and dirtbag looking fuckers. They were shocked when I went to the police about the death threat and managed to track down 7 of their employers and sent them a screenshot. Facebook is worse than Reddit for coming into contact with dirtbags, but at least you can retaliate. Today I fucked up by sending nudes to someone who asked for them. This just happened last night and I'm waking feeling like maybe the fallout isn't as bad. But damn, I'm going to try and stay away from internet girls forever. Last night I downloaded an app where you can message strangers, kind of like Omegle or Chat Roulette. Admittedly to try and find someone down to sext. The app I was using had a really strong language filter that I couldn't even say that I'm a bartender and make great cocktails, because it would trigger due to cocktails. So when she asked to switch to texting immediately, it just felt like they were trying to make quick progress. So once we switched to text, she asks for a picture of me, so I send her a regular one of me and my dog. Then she asks for my Instagram handle. I thought that was just to see that I'm real, and she had just sent me hers, which only had 2 pictures on it, so I send it. The problem is my handle is to promote my bartending exclusively, so it's closely tied to the restaurant I work at and all my coworkers and regular customers. Here's where it all falls apart. She asked me for a dick pic, so I send a half-ass one knowing she hasn't sent me anything. Then she sends me a picture in underwear, and asks for a picture of me in front of a mirror showing my dick. So again I send a half-ass one, just my dick hanging out of my pants while I'm fully dressed still in my work clothes, not a uniform, but my coworkers know what shirts I wear to work. Then she says she'll send me some pictures. She sent me a collage of me, my info, phone number, state, and pictures of me regular, like the picture with my dog, and the 2 pictures with my dick. Then she sent me pictures of her having sent that to my work's Instagram, and some friends and coworkers. And said for $300 she can undo it. I told her I only have $140 in my bank account, so she says for $130 she'll take it away. Felt like I had no choice but to pay. Once I did, she threatened me for the rest of my money, so I forked that over too. Then she vanished and I eventually fell asleep half thinking I'd wake up to messages from coworkers about having seen my dick. So far haven't heard from anyone about that. And the owner asked me to come in and cover a shift. So she must not have seen anything. Too long did not read. I was extorted for all the money I have because I was horny and wanted to sext a stranger online. God damn, you'd think by now anyone knows not to pay. If you don't pay and they send it, they lose their leverage. So they don't send it. And they just committed an extra crime. If you pay, they know they can keep asking more. They never send it. Here we go again, there's one of these every week or so. Never pay them, should have told them to go ahead and send them or to piss off. Yeah, never pay it. Oh well, if they got some dick pics, report them to the service you were using, and if they are threatening you, then report that to the cops cause it's a crime. Also, I hope you learn from this and just don't try to sext, not worth the trouble, especially with strangers. Other than that, hope you're doing okay, cause that really does suck. This is like the 10th post of this shit happening. Why do people always fall for this crap? Sextortion is a real thing. I had it happen once, but after reading up on it, most of the scammers don't actually send it out. It's too much effort to friend request your family, friends, etc. to send out your pics. Just tell TGEM to eat shit and lock your account down. Someone falls for this every week on this sub. Jesus Christ, dude, you really fucked that up. You never pay a scammer. I'm surprised someone fell for this with such obvious signs. Today I fucked up by scheduling a pedicure for my wife on her birthday. It has been a stressful week. My wife is 20 weeks preggo, had a storm knock over a huge tree in our house. No internet as a result. Bought a overpriced used car we needed, and I have had a busy work week, so I haven't been around as much to take care of house chores. Overall, just enough going on that my wife's birthday just felt like it was at the bottom of the priority list, and not that she really cares, but she is an amazing mother and even better partner, so she deserves a decent birthday at least. So, I thought it would a great idea to surprise my wife with a pedicure for her and our 4-year daughter. She had been mentioning she wanted more time spent out and about with our 4-year, and they love painting nails together, so I thought this would be a relaxing win. Well, she calls me about 30 minutes into the 60-minute appointment because my daughter is hysterical. Screaming, hyperventilating, demanding to go home and not wanting anyone to touch her. This is very out of character for my daughter, who is typically chill, little shy, and will STFU if my wife gives her the look. Spoiler. The look didn't work. Wife said the salon was super helpful. The staff tried to do anything to help the kiddo calm down. Even to the point of offering her an iPad to watch something. That's some top-level shit to my 4-year, as we don't typically hand her electronics to play with. Ultimately, she just didn't want anything to do with the staff and was being rude and loud enough for the whole salon to be tuned in. My wife couldn't figure out why she was freaking out, except that my daughter wanted me to go to get my nails done. I was chilling with our 20 Malio while they went out. However, eventually got her to calm down and sit quietly while my wife got her nails painted, expedited service. Well, my wife took her out for a treat after to try and make light of this whole traumatic experience. Like I said, this is not normal, so we realized that she must have been just overwhelmed and uncomfortable for some reason. Then they came home for birthday pizza dinner where we had our discussion. I asked my daughter how the pedicure went. Her first response was, "I didn't have a pedicure, Dad." So I asked her why. "Dad, I thought they were going to cut my toes off." I almost spit my food out with laughter, so I asked her to clarify. Turns out, she saw the nail file and thought they were going to cut off her toes with it. She was too scared to say anything at the salon. Now that we reassured her that they don't cut off toes, she wants to go again with Dad. TLDR. Scheduled wife and daughter a pedicure. Daughter legit thought the staff were going to cut off her toes and she freaked the fuck out. This is priceless and hilarious. No foo here. Just amusement. Maybe try again with Dad, and explanations of everything from the pedicure tech would help. Let mom go by herself somewhere else at the same time. I love the good intentions, but a relaxing time and an outing with 4-year-old are sorta opposing concepts, lol. Maybe in a year or so. How did you foo though? Unless you purposely booked a pedi knowing your daughter would freak out. As the parent of a 5-year-old girl, I relate to this so hard, and kudos to you guys for handling it so well. All the adults in this story are rock stars. I love the thoughtful intentions behind this. I don't think it was a foo. It was just the universe decided to throw a curveball. One day you'll laugh at this and it'll be a great story. Currently also pregnant with a toddler. Can I suggest you give your wife a voucher for a pregnancy massage that she can use later on in pregnancy when the bump gets big? Without the 4-year-old this time, lol, sparkling heart. Also belongs in, kids are fucking stupid. I think I would call the salon, say sorry for the trouble and explain. Gonna make them chuckle too. IDK why people keep saying the foo was you bringing the kid. You literally wrote in your post that the reason you booked for both was because your wife wanted more time out and about with your daughter and that she loved the idea. Anyways, I don't think you fucked up, and that's a hilarious story for later. Kudos to the staff for being super accommodating too.